Good morning, students. Today I am going to explain the poem Keeping Quiet. The first half of the poem I have explained in the previous class, and now the second half I am going to explain now. You please listen. Those who prepare green wars, wars with gas, wars with fire, these are the three wars the narrator is discussing in this poem. What is green wars? Deforestation, cutting of plants. Wars with gas, gas war. Wars with fire, here fire refers to the atom bomb. You know, this is wars with fire. These are the three wars you will explain in your question. These may be questions that what are the three wars the narrator or the poet is discussing in his poem. So this is the three wars. Wars with, green wars, wars with gas, and wars with fire. Victory with no survivors. This was the outcome of these all three wars. There will be a victory, but no survivors will be there. Means the existence of human will not there. It will be totally annihilated, removed, deleted from the earth, from the surface of the earth. Who will be removed? The human being. Would put on clean clothes and walk about with their brothers. This was the request. Here, putting on clean clothes refers to just remove the differences of your culture, your class, your religion, your language, your food. These are the things that human being propagate before someone in order to show their supremacy. So he is telling that whatever culture you are having in a form of apparel and attire, you will see in India, the Bihari, the UP, the South Indians, the North Indians, they have different kinds of foods, even clothings. They have different dressing senses. So these dressing senses, he is telling that actually creating differences. So we should remove all these things, okay, put off all these things, and we should put on new clothes. New clothes means the clothes that resembles everyone. And what is the clothes he is talking about? The shroud he is talking about. Shroud is kafan. In Hindi it is kafan. The color of the color that is white clothes. You will see in all religion the people are cremated, okay, and their last rites is performed in white clothes. Either it is Hindu or it is Muslim or in Christian or in anyone, their body is wrapped in white shroud. So he is telling that we should, our clothes color is same. So we should put on that kind of clothes that remove all our differences, okay, and bring resemblance in humanity. So this is one of the meaning. The second meaning is that he is telling that whatever attire, the clothes that is making differences, we should just remove, okay, and wear the same color of clothes, same kind of clothes. And what should they do? And walk about with their brothers, and they also move with their brothers, means have talk, have food, okay, have discussion, have some chattings, okay, and love with all. In the shade, doing nothing. In the shade here refers to in the garden, in the forest. Even the buildings and the monuments are also creating differences. Those who are having big houses, they are supposed to be superior. Those who are having a small houses, they are supposed to be inferior. So indirectly he is telling that the garden, the forest is same for all human beings. Because this was the beginning of the humanity, Adam and Eve, the first human being of the earth. It is Manu in Hinduism. I don't know exactly who was that Manu, the first human being came, and they were not living in palace. They were not really living in Buckingham Palace or in Red Fort, okay, and or any big palaces of Rajasthan. No, they were living in forest. So indirectly he is telling that when you will start living in the forest, you will start living in the garden. Means the place where all things is equal, okay, and equal for all. I want should not be brothers instead doing nothing. What I want should not be confused. And now he is giving explanation. Okay, he is giving explanation. What explanation is giving? Now please see. With total inactivity, he does not want that human beings should stop working. He does not want this. As I told you in the previous class, that the narrator wants all human beings of the world that they should introspect and retrospect their activity, their action, their work, okay, that is causing harm for the existence of human being. We have lots and lots of problem, okay, right now, and lots of problem will come in the coming generation, okay, in the coming decades. Now the problem of water is there. We have taken excess of water from the earth, and because of that we don't have drinking water, okay, enough to quench the thirst of the coming generation. We have cut the number of trees, okay, countless number of trees, so we are unable to just purify the air that we are inhaling. So these are the problems human beings are actually facing. So the narrator wants us, okay, that we should just take notice of all these things. With total inactivity, life is what it is about. Life is what it is about means life, the function of life, the process of life, the ages of life, all are aware of, okay, means the phases of life, means the life will not stop, it will keep on, it will go on, okay, nobody can stop it. So I want no truck with death. I want no truck with death. This is the first phrase, okay, little bit difficult phrase he has used. Truck with means associated with, okay, death means inactivity does not mean according to him death. Activity means according to him that introspection and retrospection, inspection, assessment, examination of self work. That how it is good, how far it is good. Next he is telling that if we were not single-minded, here single-minded refers to selfish, self-centered. We don't have sense of brotherhood, we don't have sense of fraternity, we don't have sense of love, affection, okay, for everyone. And because of that, the differences are going on, the differences of culture, differences of class, differences of power, differences of post and position, everything. It is due to single-mindedness, selfishness, greed, lust and desire. These are the things that is creating difference among the humanity. About keeping our lives moving and for once could do nothing. He is telling that we should keep our life moving and once could do nothing, and we should not do any kind of work, okay, that creates disturbance. Perhaps a huge silence might interrupt this sadness. According to him, the sadness, the problem, the stress, the tension the modern human beings are facing, it is due to the greed, lust, power, hunger. These all things are creating a rush in the society. So he is telling that if we will stop such kind of practices, I think it will interrupt this sadness. Sadness is the chain of sadness. Now you just see what is sadness actually here refers to. Now these modern people are very much upset and annoyed because of the hard competition or cut throat competition. If the parents are well settled, they want their children to be well settled, and until unless their children are not settled, they are in completely stressed. So he is telling that if we'll stop all kind of activity, so the chain of sadness, the chain of stress, okay, will be interrupted with happiness. Of never understanding ourselves, we are not assessing our aim, our rule of life, our end, our beginning, of never understanding ourselves, and of threatening ourselves with death. And threatening ourselves with death. Now tension, okay, and rush are creating so many disturbance in the society. Here rush is also refers to the industrialization, the moving of train, the flight, the moving of the flight, the moving of the vehicles. They are uh, creating a smokes, okay, and just polluting the environment. That is the rush. And why so many flights are moving from this country to that country? In order to sell their things, in order to become very rich, in order to become very popular in the world. They want their religion, their culture, their custom, their food, their language, their everything should be popularized in the world, and because of that they are in rush, they are in hurry, they don't have time for that. So he is indirectly telling that we are indirectly creating a threat of death for all humanity. What will happen? This rush will create pollution. This rush will create uh, stress, tension, until unless the things are done nicely or on time. So we are living in such a age that suppose you all are students, you might have some aim in your life, you have decided something in your life, your parents have some expectation from you, you have some expectation from yourself, okay, you wanted to be something, you want to be like something. So because of that you have just in under stress. So indirectly the narrator is telling that whatever activity, whatever work the human beings are doing, they should introspect and retrospect how good it is, how far nice it is for the existence of human being. Keeping an aim is very important, okay, very nice, but keeping in order to fulfill that aim and just destroying the environment, okay, destruction we are doing there in the society, in the environment, that is not good according to the poet. That he wanted to install in the mind of humanity, that you achieve whatever you want, but not at the cost of environmental loss, pollution, rush, stress, and tension. I want, he indirectly telling that those students who wants to be doctor, engineer, okay, pilots, professor, or diplomats or leaders, let them be whatever they want, but their aim, their achievement should not be the cost of the environmental loss. The political system, you can see, until unless disturbance are not there, the political objective will not be fulfilled. If the industrialization is going on, the cutting of the plantation is necessary. If you are constructing or making a big buildings, the forest will be cut, trees will be cut. These are the things he's telling that all things should be done, but it should not be done at the cost of some destruction. That is the instruction he is trying to just give to all humanity. For what? For the peace, for the comfort, for the silence, for the pleasure, for all human beings of the world. In class 11th I had taught you alien planets, and there from New Zealand there was a aerial survey, and they had given you complete explanation that how the condition of our earth is there. After 50 years, okay, or after 100 years later, the condition of the earth will be more pathetic and more miserable. It is observed that in some part of India even, they will not be able to have drinking water. They will not be able to come out from their houses. Even I had explained that first time when water was sold in the market, it was a matter of mockery among the people. And now the matter is also coming that now we will have to purchase oxygen in order to move out from the houses. The pollution level will be increased in that way. So he is telling that whatever we are doing, we should do, but we should not do all these things, okay, at the cost of the natural loss, at the cost of the it should not be at the cost of the peace of humanity, pleasure of humanity, love of humanity. Everything should be maintained. That is known as sustainable development. That I think he wanted, okay, that all human beings should do. That I have already explained there in the class 11th. You just go for that chapter, okay, see the chapters, and you will come to know that what does it mean sustainable development. I had given so many references of that even. So threatening ourselves with death. Next paragraph, perhaps the earth can teach us. The earth can teach us what? Silence. Silence is there. Now after the cutting of the harvest, okay, now we'll see the surface of the earth will appear dead. Means that it will become dusty, okay, it will become rotten, it will become completely inactive. But inside the earth, the seed is there, okay, and when the rainfall will be there, the seed will, germinated, and finally the plant will come out. So he is telling that inactivity is like that, like earth, and that is the lesson we can take it from the earth. There is a very fine reference is giving us, as when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. Later means some latent, means something, some seeds are there inside the earth, and at the presence of the rain, in just see in month April, May and June, we have holiday, you will just visit in the some countryside, okay, and the suburban area or the village side, you will see the whole fields are totally, it appears that totally vacant, no plant is there, no harvest is there, no crops is there, they all appears to be barren, unfertile, unproductive, no green plants you can see there. Very less number of green plants you will see, but in the fields area, just like in wheat field, you can't see anything there. So it appears that the field is dead. So it means that we human being also should think about our existence, our peace, our pleasure, and for that we need to just introspect and retrospect, think ourselves, okay, like this he wanted to just explain. Seems dead and later proves to be alive. Now I will count up to 12 and you keep quiet and I will go. Once again the chapter he end up with the same lines. I will count up to 12. 12 I have explained that 12 is the means all the time he's telling that. It is not like that in the night time we'll think that I will do this, I will do like this, okay, but in the morning time all the rules and regulations will be over. It will not be followed. He does not want like this. He wants that all the time. Means 12 hours of the day, 12 hours in the night, 12 months in the year, all the time we should think about our existence, about our peace and pleasure on this planet earth. I have given you all only homework assignments of NCERT question and some comprehension based questions. I have not given you writing section like a speech and article today. So you all please do the comprehension based question and NCERT questions. There is no literary devices in this. Arms, one arms is there. I had given you arms to one when one word having two different meanings at the same time. This is an example of pun, P-U-N. So in the first one, I think I had explained what is pun. So you will write one literary device is there in this poem, pun, P-U-N, pun, and the pun is there on the word arms. Here arms refers to the expansion of weapon, and arms is also refers to the expansion of culture. Okay. Custom, tradition, language, religion, these all things are being practiced in the world everywhere. So you will write that literary device there, and the no rhyming scheme is there in this poem. The language is completely simple and as if the narrator is talking to his readers. Thank you very much. All the best. God bless you all.